Hi everyone, it's Maria Ross here again, brand strategist and author of The Empathy Edge, Harnessing the Value of Compassion as an Engine for Success, offering you day 4 in my video series of how to strengthen your empathy muscles, especially in this time of uncertainty and crisis. This is not just something that's good for you personally as a human being, but my book is chock full of data and research that shows that leading with empathy and portraying an empathetic brand within your community among your stakeholders is actually good for business. And I've been getting obviously a lot of inquiries about this lately about, can you come talk to us about empathy? We really need empathy right now. Empathy for colleagues, empathy for family, empathy for our young kids who are home and driving us crazy right now. So tip number 4 is to explore with your imagination. If you're able to actually explore with your imagination and think about what it would feel like to be in the shoes of a person that's different from you, this can go a long way to helping you adopt an empathetic mindset. As we've talked about in previous videos, empathy is a mindset. It's a way of taking a perspective of another person and seeing things from their point of view, and then using that information to act accordingly or have a constructive conversation. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have experienced exactly what someone else is experiencing. You may never have been homeless. You may never have been a person of color. You may never have lost your job before. Whatever the situation is that you're trying to relate to with someone right now. You may never have been a mother trying to homeschool her kids, right? It helps to be able to explore with your imagination. And this is more of an ongoing practice, right? This is something that you can do without having to live that person's life. You don't necessarily have to go undercover and live that person's life. You can read books from authors or about characters that have very different lives than you. You can watch documentaries. You can go to the theater, although not right now. But there's a lot of other things. You can listen to music and go on YouTube and find out the stories of how the artist created that piece and what their intention was. You can look at art online, since you can't go to a museum right now, probably, and discover how people conveyed and communicated their own experiences, especially if those experiences are unlike anything you've ever had. And where this really helps in the work environment is you're not going to actually do this on the job, but this is a habit that you need to do on your own time so that you can bring that ability to flex and adapt and easily start to imagine yourself in someone else's shoes. That's going to help you take an empathetic mindset when you're having a difficult conversation with your team member or your colleague or your spouse or your child about what's going on right now. And it's really hard for companies right now because they have to make some very, very difficult decisions. But just because you have to make that difficult decision doesn't mean you can't do it with empathy and compassion. I often tell the story that one of my most empathetic bosses was someone who years ago during the tech bust had to lay off the entire marketing team. But it was the way that he did it that made us feel good, that made us feel seen, heard, and valued. Was it news we wanted? Absolutely not. But he supported us by thinking of everything we might be feeling and wondering and worrying about and addressing those concerns when he was delivering that news. And we are still in contact to this day. So even in the face of a lot of hard choices that you might be needing to make right now, you can show empathy. And a great way to practice that empathy is to explore with your imagination. So that's your assignment, is to go binge watch something on Netflix that's something very different from your own life, or watch a documentary, or watch a fictional tale, read some biographies. You've got some time right now. It's a little bit slow. I mean, not slow for everybody, but you've got some time to be able to dig in and really practice this habit. I'll be back tomorrow with tip number 5, but in the meantime, please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane. And if you like these videos and you think they will add value for other people, please like and share them. Thanks.